What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Watch Venture channel. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Tissot Gent XL, how it's held up for the past, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years so far, and just some overall issues I've had with this watch and whatnot. It overall satisfied most of my needs, but this was my first automatic watch that I ever purchased, and I gotta say, I definitely learned quite a bit from this experience of owning an automatic Swiss watch thus far, and some things that I just want to mention to y'all. So overall, this watch has held up fairly decent, I would say. Not too many complaints realistically, but the thing about it is, as you can see there, it's completely stopped working altogether. It's completely stopped ticking. It's completely stopped everything. Now, when we take a look at the back, we can see the mechanism, the automatic movement, it's just not moving anymore, and it just gave out on me. Now, and this is partially my fault, but I failed to really kind of find the receipt for this purchase. I purchased this off Ashford, which is a well-known gray market dealer, and they offer like a 1 or 2 year warranty or something like that. So I was hoping I was within that spectrum, but I just can't find my original purchase receipt or what have you. So I think I'm pretty much out of luck on this. Now, another reason why I'm kind of bummed about this is that this movement is not serviceable, okay? You send this to Tissot, they replace the entire movement. Now, realistically, I only bought this for about $200, so I can't complain too much. I mean, it was a dirt cheap Swiss automatic watch, but it is kind of frustrating because now I don't have a watch to wear, so to speak, except for my little cheapy Skechers watch, which I've made some videos about. But this is my entry into the watch game, right? I've never been a huge watch person, but I decided to start up something new, and that's what I get. Now, I got this as a little Christmas kind of handout gift thing last year, and it's held up fairly well. It's kept time. It hasn't died in the battery or anything. But this Tissot, there's a lot of gripes that I don't really like about it. And I think this has really kind of turned me off quite a bit from the automatic watch world, right? There's multiple reasons why that is. One, I take this watch off and I leave it off for like a day because I'm not going out anywhere. I'm staying at the house or what have you. The next day, it's already dead. I have to reset it and all that good stuff. Another thing is the date. I'm always sketched out by changing the date because I've heard that changing it can cause issues. Now, there hasn't necessarily been a reason or any problem with trying to set this watch and whatnot, but the thing about it is it does over time just slowly more and more stop keeping that time. It really takes a lot to charge it. I found myself on off days just taking it and shaking it. Now, some of y'all might be saying, well, you could just get a watch winder, which makes sense, but the initial investment into getting into automatic before you even know it's something you're gonna like, that's quite a bit, right? If I buy a watch winder and I just decide, automatics aren't for me, now I have a watch winder, now I have watches and all that stuff. So I decided to just start it out simple. That's one of the main reasons why I picked this watch up, was because of how simple and cheap it was. Now, as far as Tissot's quality on the watch straps, as y'all can see there, this leather watch strap is very well worn, but it has held up. It hasn't broken to pieces or anything. I've taken this to water parks and stuff. I know some people are like, water parks, what? But I mean, it is water resistant, y'all. It's supposed to be, at least. But yeah. So how did this end up stopping completely? Well, one of the things about this watch strap that I don't really like is, as y'all can see there, the thing that holds it to the watch, right? That little pin or what have you. This thing constantly would just fall and break and all that stuff. It gets, I guess, loose, worn out, whatever. It bends, whatever the case may be, and it just ultimately ends up popping out. I can't really do it right there, but you know, if I have something brush up against it, it gets pretty loosey-goosey and falls right out. So that's what happened. It fell right out, and it fell on the ground and it busted. Now, I didn't notice till I got home that it just quit winding altogether. I can only assume this was like a shock thing where it just fell from such a distance and it hit right at the right spot that the watch just ceased continuing to work. And so that's one of the things about Ashford too, is they don't warranty shock. If it appears the watch was dropped from some significant distance and the shock caused the movement to seize up, they're not going to warranty that. So that's another thing about buying gray market. But again, this was $200. If I bought this straight from Tissot, it'd be like $400. So realistically, if I cared all that much about this watch, I could send it into Tissot. They'd probably fix it up for $200, just install a new movement and just have me on my way. But I'm not really all that in love with this watch. So I've decided from this point forward, I think I'm going to invest more into quartz. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments and stuff like that. Quartz watch, what do you mean? No real watch enthusiast wears a quartz watch. Well, just suck it up, buttercup, because I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. Because it's really twofold. I love the idea of the eco drives from Citizen. I also love the idea of having a Japanese quartz movement. They are the kings of the quartz, where the Swiss are the kings of the automatic. There's nothing inherently wrong with the quartz. They keep perfect time. You know, all you really got to do is change out the battery. You can probably extend the service life times 5 as far as how long between services versus an automatic. And at the end of the day, 99% of people out there are wearing Apple Watches anyway, so no one cares that you have a fancy watch. They just see a watch and they say, oh, you know, I don't see too many people wearing normal watches these days, you know? And most people don't even know any brand other than maybe Rolex, unless you are in a high affluent area or some other sort of industry like golf or whatever. So what am I going to do in the future? Well, I think I'm going to scope out and see what Citizen has to offer. I'm really kind of gearing towards them. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below what quartz movements or quartz brands y'all like the best, and I'll be sure to take a look at them as well. I also plan on making some more videos, maybe discussing some online dealers I've kind of researched and done some information about. And I'm also going to probably order a new watch here in the near future, so be on the lookout for that video. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite quartz watch is. Maybe I'll take a look at it, and maybe I'll even buy it and make a review about it. But with all that being said, I appreciate all y'all for stopping by and checking out the Watch Venture channel. As a quick note, I also want to showcase here the wear and tear that happened on this Tissot from just everyday use. As you can see, it gets kind of scuffed up, especially this sort of matte finish. But overall, it held up pretty well. The crystal's perfect on the front and the back. No busting, no cracking, no nothing. And, you know, from being dropped, from the strap busting off, all that kind of stuff, it really hasn't done too bad a job. So shout out to Tissot craftsmanship. Y'all have done some great work on that. But when it comes to quartz, I think I'm going to stick to the Japanese. Y'all let me know if that's a good move or a bad move. And with all that being said, I appreciate all of y'all. And until next time, we'll see ya.